Hello, everybody. This is Colleen Cleveland here. Just want to take a moment to thank Joy and all the people who are working hard to keep the old songs name alive, and I'm so happy to be asked to be included on this virtual old songs collection. I'd like to sing a few songs from my family's collection of music, mostly handed down from my grandmother, Sarah Cleveland. So I will start out with a murder ballad. My family seems to be very fond of murder ballads. So this is an old Irish ballad called Fair Fanny Moore. There's a cot in yonder valley, it's deserted and alone. It has lately been neglected and is green overgrown. As you enter at the door, see the bloodstains on the floor. Oh, that is the blood of the fair Fanny Moore. To Fanny all a-bloomin', to her two lovers came. One offered young Fanny his wealth and his fame, but with all of his riches he could not allure the true loving heart of the fair Fanny Moore. Young Henry the shepherd was of lowly degree, but he won her fond heart, and accepted was he. And then quick to the altar he then did secure the hand and the heart of the fair Fanny Moore. As Fanny was a-sittin' in her cottage one day, when duty had called her young husband away, young Randall the haughty came in at the door, and he clasped in his arms the fair Fanny Moore. Oh, spare me in mercy, she cried. Oh, spare me in mercy, I now am a bride. Oh, no, cried young Randall, you'll go to your death, and he buried his knife in her snowy white breast. Young Randall the haughty was taken and tried, for Fanny so bloomin' in her bright beauty died. Young Randall was hung on a tree by the door, for shedding the blood of the fair Fanny Moore. Young Henry the shepherd went distracted and wild, and he wandered away from his own native isle. But at last, when death claimed him, he was brought to the shore, and laid by the side of his fair Fanny Moore. Well, that was Fair Fanny Moore, one that came from my grandmother's mother. Not only did my grandmother sing things that came from her mother, but she collected songs from anybody and everybody. If she liked it, she would learn it and sing it. This one, I think, came from either her brother or one of her uncles, and it's common nonsense song about Irish people, I guess. It's one of the few that's sort of funny in our family collection. And it's Lather and Shave. Just down in the city, not far from this spot, a barber had opened a snug little shop. He was modest and meek, and his smile was so sweet. He drew all the customers in off the street with his lather and shave and his fizzle and comb. One horrid bad habit he swore he would stop, that no one for credit should come to his shop. So he got him a razor all notches and rust, to shave the poor devils who came in for trust, with his lather and shave and his fizzle and comb. One day when Big Paddy came walking that way, his beard had been growing for many's the day. He looked at the barber and he threw down his hod. Will you shave me for trust, for the sweet love of God, with your lather and shave and your fizzle and comb? Well, come in, says the barber, sit down in this chair. I'll soon have your beard off right down to a hair. With his lather he played over Paddy's big chin, and with his no-trust razor he started right in, with his lather and shave and his fizzle and comb. "Ach, murder," cries Pat, "what the hell are you doing? Stop all your tricks, or me jaw you will ruin. With the handle of a razor and the blade of a saw, bedad, you'll have all me teeth loose in me jaw, with your lather and shave and your fizzle and comb." "Oh, hush," says the barber, "don't make such a din. To ruin your jaw I'd be cutting your chin." "Ach, murder," cries Pat, "with that razor you got, you couldn't cut butter if it wasn't hot, with your lather and shave and your fizzle and comb. So stop all your tricks now and shave me no more." And Paddy he bolted right out through the door. "You can lather and shave all your friends till you're sick, but be Jesus, I'd rather be shaved with a brick, with your lather and shave and your fizzle and comb." Now a week or two later Pat passed by that way, when a jackass let out with a terrible bray. "Ach, murder," cries Pat, "would you list to that knave? Another poor devil is getting a shave, with his lather and shave and his fizzle and comb." Lather and shave. Well, my grandmother's brother, Ray, was a singer, barroom singer in Hudson Falls, New York area. And she learned a lot of songs from him, a lot of old cowboy songs. And my father said when he was growing up, that was the only thing he wanted to hear was cowboy songs from his Uncle Ray. So I'm going to try this one with a banjo, no less. It's called "Bury Me Out on the Prairie." I have no use for the women, a true one can seldom be found. They'll use a man for his money, when it's gone they'll turn him down. They're all alike at the bottom, selfish and grasping for all. They'll stick with a man and he's winning, and laugh in his face at his fall. My pal was an honest young puncher, upright and handsome and true, but he turned to a gambler and gunman, all account of a girl named Lou. Quicker and surer his gunplay, I guess I will end with a child ballad that was passed down through my grandmother's mother's side of the family. Interesting that it had never been collected in North America before. It's child ballad number 52, I believe. We called it Queen Jane. The name in child is the king's daughter, Lady Jean. So whenever I hear this song sung, I know that it came from my family because nobody else had this version of it. This is Queen Jane. Queen Jane sat at her window one day, sewing a silken seam. She looked out at the merry green wood and saw the green nut tree, and saw the green nut tree. She dropped her needle at her heel, and her thimble at her toe, and away she ran to the merry green wood, to gather nuts and sew, to gather nuts and sew. She scarce had reached the merry green wood, scarce had pulled nuts 2 or 3, when a proud forester came striding by, saying, "Fair maid, let those be," saying, "Fair maid, let those be." "Why do you pull the nuts?" he said, "and why do you break the tree? And why do you come to this merry green wood without the leave of me? Without the leave of me?" "Oh, I will pull the nuts," she said, "and I will break the tree, and I will come to this merry green wood. I will ask no leave of thee, I will ask no leave of thee." He took her by the middle so small, and he's gently laid her down, and when he had what he longed for, he raised her from the ground, he raised her from the ground. Oh, woe to you, proud forester, and an ill death may yours be, for I'm the king's youngest daughter, she cried. You will pay for wronging me, you will pay for wronging me. If you're the king's youngest daughter, he cried, then I'm his eldest son, and woe unto this unhappy hour, and the wrong that I have done, and the wrong that I have done. The very first time I came from sea, oh, Jane, you were unborn, and I wish my gallant ship had sunk, and I'd been left forlorn, and I'd been left forlorn. The very next time I came from sea, you were on your nurse's knee. And the very next time I came from sea, you were in this woods with me. You were in this woods with me. I wish I ne'er had seen your face, and that you had ne'er seen mine, that we ne'er had met in this merry green wood, and this wrong would not be mine, and this wrong would not be mine. I wish to God my babe was born, and on its nurse's knee, and as for me I was dead and gone, and the green grass growing over me, and the green grass growing over me. Queen Jane. Well, thank you all for listening. It looks like I've pretty much used up my allotted 20 minutes or so. Let's hope that next year we can all be together and continue with the work and the singing and the music that we all love. Thank you again to Joy, and everyone stay safe and stay sane, and hope to see you all soon. Thanks again.